So let's see if we need some other dependencies, because we got our includes. I think let's try this slate icon one. So I'm going to add some public dependencies. Public dependency module names, add range, new string, do new string and curly bracket. So um, let's add slate and let's add slate core. And I'm gonna save that. Oh, I'm going to or semicolon at the end of that. Save that, and we're gonna go into our directory here, and we're going to generate project files. Should have tried that before. And come back here. I don't know if I need to just take everything out and try again, but it seemed to get rid of a lot of them. So what else do we got in here? Unresolved error. Object thumbnail. Thumbnail tools. Thumbnail tools. Let me see, what do we got? Okay, so Googling a thumbnail tools, and what we've come to is that is in the include of object tools, which I think we had. Where is it? In our module. So we had object tools, but what we don't have is the module. So we need Unreal Ed added as well to a public dependency. So let's add Unreal Ed. Okay, save that. And I'm going to just regenerate these, see if it wants to pull any other bits up for us. Back into here. Yep, reload all. And let's try a build now. Promising. It doesn't always mean that it's going to work. Just might find deeper errors. Okay, so it succeeded. Well, let's see. Let's see if we got it all. So let's start without even debugging. So we're gonna start off. We'll be in our third person map here. Here's my content browser. There's nothing special here. It's all straight up from wherever. I'm just gonna go into the content, and I'm gonna just search for static meshes or filter for them. I guess we could find them, but so it's in game level prototyping meshes. Level prototyping meshes. Okay, so I'll turn that off. So let's see if we can make, okay, so first of all, this is again a little bit of review. You can go into the thumbnail edit mode. If you click, you can change the view of it. I think there's also, you can change the size of these thumbnail size. So let's make them huge so we can see them a little better. So you can change the view of it. And if you, I think, right click or hold right click down and then with your mouse move in and out, you can set the zoom. So let's set this is our new thumbnail for that. And I'm gonna get out of edit mode. And now I'm going to right click and I don't have my menu. Okay, so that's okay. We're not done yet. So I'm going to close this and I'm going to um, I'm actually going to close this as well. And then I'm going to come here and I'm going to get rid of my intermediate and binaries. And then I'm going to generate these again. And then I'm going to go back in here. And I'm going to save all. And we're going to try the build again. And it might take it a moment here because I just deleted all its binary, so it's got to rebuild everything. And I right click. I'll pause so that completed. And we'll just try it again. Well, what I'll do is we'll go into our module here. And on this line here of our startup module, let's see if we get into it. So we'll debug. We'll start with debugging. It should pop up. Yeah, there. Okay, so we got in here, so that's good. And if we continue, everything went through without any other further breakpoints or errors. So we know that we got in. So let's go into here again and right click. And we're not getting it. So I think there's just one of those other things that we have to add. Obviously, it's not working. In this U project, that one is fine because notice that this fired in our editor in our debug right after the editor was up. Then it went and did this, and that was the only way I've ever had it to open. So in our editor target, we added this. Let's do the next step and add it here as well. And we'll call that one that way, I think. Just double checking here. Yeah, that's right. Okay, and then let's build that. And that was fine. So we can start without debugging now because we know that it does go in. I come in here and I don't have it. It should be showing up right around here. Okay. Well, since we're going to have to restart here, I'm going to show you one thing that I learned. If you go into Editor Preferences and down into Miscellaneous, and then this Display UI Extension Points. If you check that, then you need to restart. And I guess I got to restart it later, um, but now when it opens up, I can close this. Now you get the name of all of the different context menus of what how they're referred to. So if I go into my content browser and I right click, so here's that common asset actions one. So that's this common separator. And so we were going to go after that common separator. So we were going to be just underneath here, but we're not there right now. So let's find. I'm going to pause and I'll find the next spot to add. So let's try adding one of my other dependencies that I've got. We used the asset registry, so let's maybe it wants that one as part of the public dependency. So I think some of these are already included, but we're going to add it. We're going to go to the directory and we're going to generate project files. And then we're going to build again. Everything's fine. We're going to start. And I'm going to turn this off. Well, after we check. Yeah, we're not here. Okay, so I'm going to first of all go into my editor preferences and miscellaneous, and I'm going to turn this off. And I'll restart later because I'm going to close the whole thing. Okay, so that didn't work. The other one I've got is content browser. I'll save that. We'll rebuild them or generate. And we'll build. And we will start. We'll try that. Because this file is now exactly the same, well, except well, there's one other one, but pretty sure I don't need that one. Go here. And we're still not showing up. All right. If it's not one of those, then I think I need to go. Okay, so let me check, look at some other includes that we maybe are needing that are not present. Like nothing's complaining about anything, but I think it might be some of these interior ones of this lambda that aren't getting found, perhaps. So that's the slate icon, the UI action, and the asset data. So let's look at some of those. We're going to do an include. I'm going to do these one at a time because I really don't know which one is needed or not. So I'm going to do the asset registry asset data.h. Okay, I'm going to build that one. And we're going to start that one up. Content browser. level rotating meshes, and we're not there. Okay, close that. We'll try adding. So I'm gonna make a first. I'm gonna make a note here. Didn't add menu. So when we finally put one in, because we know everything above this point, we'll put a line here. Um, above needed for coding, whatever. And so now we're just trying to get the menu to pop up, but we're obviously missing something, and it's one of these. Um, let's try the slate icon.h. Maybe it wants that. That's under textures, slate icon.h. So let's try that one. And we'll build it. And we'll start. Content browser not showing up. Okay. Let's try the extender. Include. So this one's a funny one. This one's a uh, framework multi-box extender.h. This one didn't add menu. Let's see if this one does. Let's build that. Content browser. Still nothing. Still nothing. Okay. Let's try. We got one more here. Framework. Commands. UI action. So this one didn't add. Now, they might need that they need them all, but it's funny, because it's compiling. Still not. Running out of choices here, boys. Okay, so what else do I have here? So this one didn't add. Oh, maybe. Let's try it. Editor.h. Okay, let's build that one. Remember, we added it in the public dependencies. Nuts. It's driving me crazy. So that didn't add. So what else do we got? I think that's all of mine that I've got in one that's working. content browser, content browser. We're not popping up with any errors in here. Game assets thumbnail text. Here we just, that was just a tooltip. Common asset action. Oh, I figured. Common asset actions. Okay, let's build that and start. And there it is. Export to texture. So I'll push it because I know we're all very much waiting for this. So I'll click it. And what happened? So it created us an asset folder, subfolder. Here's our thumbnails to textures, and there's our texture. You can open it up, and you can play with all of your doohickeys with it. Funny that I guess there's no alpha. Maybe because it's a thing. I'm not sure. We'll see if that becomes an issue. I don't know if that is. But yeah, there you go. It makes icons or makes the texture from your mesh. So here's a case where if you go down into the content, and if I just hit static meshes here, and I go down to this camera, and I right click it, and I say export to texture, and I come up here. Well, it did make it. So there you go. Perfect. And so that looks pretty good. And that's because we set the user interface 2D. Otherwise, it's going to come out as default, and it looks a little bit more grainy, which looks a little bit crappier. And you can see the resource size is only 32 kilobits then. But as user interface, it's 256, but it looks a little bit sharper. I think that's well worth it. So there you go. Knowing of that spelling mistake, it'll get you every time. I'm going to slowly remove. I'm going to try removing all of these because, to be honest, we didn't think we needed them. And I'm going to save that, and we're going to rebuild it. And I'm going to start again. And let's see if we go into our level rotating meshes. I'm going to do a different one here because it will just write over the other one, but we're just looking for the thing. Yeah, and here's our menu, and everything was fine. Well, this kind of what that's chamfer cube. This is small cube. What happened to this one? Oh no, it's there. Just lost its brain there for a moment. Okay, so none of those includes were required. So let's now step back to here. Um, and I added this asset registry one, right? As a possible. So I'm gonna take that one out. I'm gonna leave Unreal Ed in. Save that, and we're gonna pop back here, and we're gonna actually delete the binaries and intermediate. No, cancel. It's gonna, okay, I'm gonna close the editor or close Visual Studio, and I'm gonna get rid of my intermediate, and I'm going to rebuild these, regenerate them. This is where I am. I gotta know what's necessary or what's not, um, and otherwise it makes no sense, right? Like it's just I know that and it's just that there's so much in this particular operation that's using so many different engine commands that I can't dig into it all for this particular topic. But I'm going to now build. It's going to take a few seconds here. And shouldn't take too many. Doo, 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 doo. Pretty cool though, eh? Yeah, I thought you might like it. Um, so there, so that worked. Now we can start. Content browser, and we got our thing. Let's try a different one here. Let's export this one into our thing. And that one, see, this is something that happens. So that was this one, right? Because it would have that same name. SM cylinder, yeah, texture. So this one, I click it, and then right click it and export. You come here, and now it's fine. So I'm going to delete all of these. Okay, and this is the neat part because now we can select. Well, let's select all of them and right click and export and go over here, and now we've got them all. One-stop shop. Okay, so that's good. So we didn't need that. Unreal Ed we did need. I'm pretty sure that we added that on purpose. And so we didn't need any of these. So I'm going to actually delete them. And the other thing that we added was in this target, in the your project.target.cs, we added it here. And I'm going to just comment that one out. And let's build that again. And I'm going to regenerate these. I'm paranoid, eh? I'm going to clean my solution. Basically wipe everything out. And then we're going to rebuild. Just in case this made some sort of connection that didn't get deleted and it is needed, and I tell you to remove it and then it doesn't work. right? So I'd rather just get through that with you here, whether you're seeing this part as part of my video or not. It's getting pretty long. Um, it's probably a couple videos long by now. And I appreciate it if you're sticking around. But this is what I do. I'm going to make things when I learn stuff. See, I got one failed here. Doink. Um, so I'm going to just kind of build that again. Sometimes it just, yeah, so now it's fine. And we'll start again. I don't know why it does that, but we'll know if it, I don't know why these haven't refreshed yet. Yeah, still there. Doo, doo, doo. So in here, well, let's, we're gonna delete all these again. Go into our meshes and right click. We still have our function and it's still working. So to me, I think that one in the project, this one doesn't need to be there. So we can get rid of that one. And at that point, I think we've added all the absolute minimum in all of the locations. The only thing that we could probably further get rid of is maybe this reference, this path. But I think that can stay because you might extend your editor module with more things later. So this is working. The next and final step would be to actually pick this folder up, copy it over to a new project, and make your edits to the in the editor target. So you'd add that line, and you would in your project that you're moving it to in your build.cs, you would add your module here. And in your U project file, you would add a section for your module here. And that's all you would do. So 3 things. And we'd be able to move it to a different project. So that's kind of cool. Um, let me go have a coffee and I'll come back and I'm going to do that to a project that well, I'll move it to my template project. I'll remove the one I've got there and then I'll move this one to there and we'll confirm that it works. Okay. Or maybe I'll just do a different one. We'll see.